Man that wanted to be made to feel like a man bothered me because that's not my duty. It's not my job to make you feel how you should always feel. And it's not my job to make you feel better about the fact that you feel less than because of me. Because that means that there's something wrong with you that you're not doing enough of. Because I thrive in my feminine energy when I'm in any kind of relationship. Like I said, I've been on both sides because I'm in a relationship with a woman. I still have my masculine energy, where a man would tell me, you just want to be the man. My girlfriend told me, you need to let go of the weight. Men as a whole need to learn how to get out of their feelings when it comes to these things and not expect the woman to create the safe space for you, because our feminine energy comes out naturally, but you have to make it come out.
You contradicted yourself.
Where?
Because you said that it is not the woman's responsibility to make the man feel like a man. It's not, correct? We agree. And you compared your girlfriend to men in the past and how she has taken on the responsibility to make you more comfortable to be more feminine. So you said it's not your responsibility to make me feel like a man, but it's my responsibility to create an environment that's more comfortable for you to let your guard down and essentially be more feminine.
Man that wanted.
Man, listen, I don't know who this sister is, but the sad part about the way this woman speak is a lot of women, a lot of our sisters think like this. And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Women hate being women. They hate the fact that they was created to be an assistant to a man. They hate that thing. When you listen to this sister, she hates the fact that she's a woman. Let's go back through it.
Man that wanted to be made to feel like a man bothered me because that's not my duty. It's not.
Let me let it go a little bit, then we're gonna get into it.
My job to make you feel how you should always feel. And it's not my job to make you feel better about the fact that you feel less than because of me.
And that speaks volumes, because what are you doing to make him feel like that? She said, because you feel less than because of me. Think about the mindset of what she just said. She said, because you feel less than because of me. Now, why would a man who think like that even approach you in the first place? If he got low self-esteem on that level, why would he approach you in the first place? What has been happening in this relationship for him to think like that? That's insane to me. But I'm telling you, women hate the role that they was given. For you to feel like it's not your job to alleviate the stress of your man, because essentially that's what we're talking about. We're not gonna sit here and act like who you are as a person is making him feel like he's less than a man. Because I'm gonna just be honest, if something that you're doing in a relationship make him feel like he's less than a man, you really need to examine that. You need to examine that. That's wild in itself, because you got to really examine yourself too. If you were a man that's that emotional, you were a man who's that feminine, you were a man who's that weak-minded, that says a lot about you. Because on previous videos I've seen you speak, you talked about how you're both masculine and feminine. If you moving like that, when you got men that feel like they less than a man because you're around, you probably moving very knee deep in that masculine bag. And you finding men that's more on the feminine side too, because it got to balance out. It got to balance out. Let's go in the Bible right quick. Because women, I truly believe this. Women hate the fact that they was created to be a helper. They hate the fact that they was created to assist a man. So, okay, if your man in a moment of weakness where he feel like life ain't going the way it should, and I'm not saying he shouldn't feel like a man, because that's he got a deeper issue if he don't feel like a man. But there's a level of comfort that you're supposed to come with as a woman when you're dealing with a man. And our sisters don't have that. That's why that's not my duty. That don't make sense. Watch this. I really want to get straight to the point. Because I don't want to read all this. I'm gonna jump straight to verse 4. This is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. So this is we already in the story of Adam and Eve with the serpent, right? So the serpent is trying to trick Eve, right? Eve was already given her role. She was already given the commandments. Adam taught her the commandments. So this serpent is coming up, teaching her something different from what she was supposed to be living in. The serpent is trying to give her a different role. Watch this. Verse 4, I'm going to read it again. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. So automatically he already going against what you was taught. You was taught that if you did this, you was going to die, right? Verse 5, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Now, I know this is written in vague language, but what he just told her is, y'all can be equals. I hope you understand that. Let's read it again so we can see where I'm getting this from. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods. Eve wasn't no God. Adam was. So what was the purpose, or what was the reasoning behind her wanting to be a God? Knowing good and evil. Because who was teaching her what was good and evil? Adam was. It was a clear hierarchy in the household. That's how she was created. She was created to be a helpmeet. That's a hierarchy. That's a power structure. She didn't want to be up under him. That's why when this man was kicking her this game saying, hey, y'all can be equals. You can be a God too, knowing good and evil. She ran with that. She ran with that. Let's jump down to the punishment. Verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. This is the crazy part about this, right? Her punishment in this scenario was to make her job harder as a mother, right? But then he reiterated her role. For he said, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. That's how it was from the beginning in the first place. That's what she was created for. Why are you going to another man learning anything? Your desire should be to your husband, and he shall rule over thee, because that's the purpose of both of y'all being gods and knowing good and evil. You didn't want him to rule over you. You didn't want that. You didn't want that role. You didn't want to comfort your husband. You didn't want to be up under him. It is what it is. Let's get some more. Let's go to the creation of the sister. Let's go to the creation of the sister. This is Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. Think about the mindset. At the creation of the sister, it says she was a help meet for him. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the definition of help is an assistant, somebody to aid you. Meet meaning right, meaning fitted, meaning what's a good word? Perfect. You trying to fit yourself into his life. Okay, what do this man need from me? What can I do to make this man's life easier? Because without her, his life was difficult. Which is, I don't think a lot of women understand what black men go through when they leave a household. When you go out in the house, when you go out of the house and you literally understand everybody hates you. The one person that's supposed to be like, I understand, and we're going to make sure you good for tomorrow, is your woman. And they hate that job. They hate that job. They hate the job. That's their role. That's your duty. That's what you was created for. So if you're in a mindset where you thinking that that's not your responsibility, it might be a good thing that you date women, because you out of order. You out of order. Let's get some more. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 36 and verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Now, pay attention to the words, right? Because let's be honest, if you're getting in a relationship with somebody, the goal is marriage, right? He said, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. What does that mean as a man? That's your responsibility. You're supposed to make sure this woman is good. You supposed to make sure she got somewhere to stay, make sure she got clothes, make sure she got some transportation, you supposed to make sure she eating, you supposed to make sure her health care stay up, you supposed to make sure everything, all those things come into play with that. You supposed to make sure she's okay. You supposed to make sure she's good. Her needs is top priority. You supposed to make sure she's straight. That's your job. That's your responsibility, right? Let's read it again. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself. Going right back into what was said in Genesis chapter 2. She was created to be a help meet for him, a help perfectly fitted for him, a help. Oh man, come on, man. This woman is supposed to be an assistant for this man. He said, and a pillar of rest. So in these situations, because I really feel like the way she explained it is this brother saying, you a little rough. Like ain't no peace in the household, because this is just me listening to what the sister said. She said, you feel like you're less of a man because of me. What are you doing? You got to really think about the mindset. What are you doing for this man to feel like he's less than a man because you're in the picture? You're not doing this part right here. And a pillar of rest. You're a man. You moving like a man. And in most of these situations, right? Let's be real. In situations like this, right? When somebody is challenging your manhood, men usually have a tendency to figure that out without coming to blows, because the one that's of a lower stature, they usually gonna concede and just follow the man that's best fitted for the job, right? But when you're dealing with in that situation, either one of those men are gonna concede and follow, or they're gonna have to fight for that top spot. That's how it goes. Either one is gonna have to surrender and follow, or they're gonna fight for it. In a situation with a woman, you can't do that. You can't do that. Because as a man, if you surrender, what you gonna look like? You're gonna look like a bitch. And most of us, they not just finna surrender like that, right? Because we talk about not being allowed to lead, right? That's what we talking about when we say that. You have to allow that man to lead. But this the problem. If she don't allow you to lead, y'all can't fight for it. So I would say, even in this situation, as a man, why would you stay with a woman that's like that? You got to move around. You can't stay with that. You gotta really see more in yourself, for real. Ain't no way in hell I'll be with a woman that got me questioning, like, oh, I don't know. That's not her role. That's not her job. If she got you feeling like that, she way outside.
Man that wanted that be made you feel less than. Man that wanted to be made to feel like a man bother me, because that's not my duty. It's not my job to make you feel how you should always feel. And it's not my job to make you feel better about the fact that you feel less than because of me. Because that means that there's something wrong with you, that you're not doing enough of. Because I thrive in my feminine energy when I'm in.
That's insane. How are you thriving in your feminine energy when a so-called masculine individual feel like y'all fighting for position in the household? Because that's what he's saying. How are you moving in your feminine energy when the masculine person in this situation and scenario is saying, you make me feel some type of way when you're around? Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I'm listening wrong. Maybe I'm not understanding what she's saying. But I think in situations like this, you don't even see yourself. You don't see who you are for real. There's no way that you feel like you're feminine and masculine at the same time. You can't tell me that, especially considering that you deal with women and men. That's confusion, first and foremost. You can't do both. She said, I thrive in my feminine energy when I'm in any relationship. What is going on with this thing, bro?
Let's say this.
Man that wanted to be made to feel like a man bother me, because that's not my duty. It's not my job to make you feel how you should always feel. And it's not my job to make you feel better about the fact that you feel less than because of me, because that means that there's something wrong with you that you're not doing enough of. Because I thrive in my feminine energy when I'm in any kind of relationship. Like I said, I've been on both sides because I'm in a relationship with a woman. I still have my masculine energy, where a man would tell me, you just want to be the man. My girlfriend told me, you need to let go of the weight.
Hold on. What? Huh? Hold up. Because what it sounds like is your girlfriend in that moment was trying to comfort you because you couldn't handle it. That's what it sounded like to me. You was in a mode of weakness, and she had to encourage you, comfort you the way a woman should. That's what it sounded like to me. That's what that sounded like to me. I could be wrong. But what weight were you carrying? Because in this situation, it sounded like you was more the masculine in this situation, and you was trying to do too much. Kind of like how black men do in real life. You trying to juggle all these different things. You trying to watch out for all these different things, and you trying to do what's best for your household. And you got to watch out for this. You got to worry about your brother down there trying to kill you, that you trying not to get fired at your job. Then you come home, and you got to deal with a woman who treating you like you a nigga on the street. That's a lot of weight to carry. But especially when you got a woman that ain't gonna comfort you to let you know you can put that weight down when you at home.
Man that wanted to be made to feel like a man bothered me because that's not my duty. It's not my job to make you feel how you should always feel. And it's not my job to make you feel better about the fact that you feel less than because of me, because that means that there's something wrong with you that you're not doing enough of. Because I thrive in my feminine energy when I'm in any kind of relationship. Like I said, I've been on both sides because I'm in a relationship with a woman. I still have my masculine energy, where a man would tell me, you just want to be the man. My girl.
Think about the mindset. What the hell would make a man say that to you? You telling me that you operate in your feminine energy and a man got to tell you that you trying to be a man. Am I tripping? We got to be living in the twilight zone because that don't go together. That literally don't go together. Am I wilding? Am I seeing it different? Am I not hearing the words correctly? Because the way that you telling the story and how these men are reacting to it, that don't make sense. Why would a woman who moving really feminine, a man say, you just want to be the man? It sounds like you're not that feminine, sis. That's what...
Girlfriend told me, you need to let go of the weight. Men as a whole need to learn how to get out of their feelings when it
Boy, man, I love this Bible, man. Because one thing about the Bible, you can't deal with feelings. And that's one thing I love about how society moving now. Everybody's so sensitive. Then the men that actually care, the men that actually know what's going on and kind of see the problems and are trying to operate in the solution, them feelings don't matter. So in a moment where she can say the men need to put down their feelings, we finna live in an era right now that men ain't gonna care about nobody's feelings no more. Either we doing it the right way or you gonna get gone. That's a beautiful thing about what's going on today, because we in a time period where men are starting to speak and tell the truth about what's going on in the world. So the fact that she said that is wild to me, and they about to see very, very soon that the way men are moving today, feelings don't matter no more. I promise you they don't. I promise you they don't. That's weird. Especially considering when a woman is they be trying their best to make you care about their feelings, to avoid what you know is true.
Comes to these things and not expect the woman to create the safe space for you, because our feminine energy comes out naturally.
I'm about to live up to the title of my damn channel, man. Hold on.
But you have to make it come out.
I promise you, I'm so tired of women saying this stupid shit. I'm so tired of women saying this stupid shit. Y'all keep coming from these aspects of I'll be feminine if you do this. I'll be the woman I'm supposed to be if you do this. Can y'all please just say that y'all ain't good women, please? Please. Can y'all just say that y'all ain't shit as women? Please. Because that's essentially what you're saying. Every time that y'all make these topics and y'all talk about from a standpoint of y'all dealing with ain't shit niggas that'll tell you, I don't feel like a man when I'm around you. It's because you ain't who you supposed to be, sis. Look at who you drawing to you, sis. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. An evil woman is given as a portion to a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. All creatures are sort to their kind. You're not going to pull nobody that's not on your level, that's not what you into, or not like you. You got to examine yourself in these type of situations.
Man that wanted to be made to feel like a man.
Because
And not expect the woman to create the safe space for you, because our feminine energy comes out naturally, but you have to make it come out.
That don't make sense. If I got to make it come out, that means it ain't natural. Because you know what that means? That means I had to make it. That means I had to make it. If I got to make it come out, that means I had to teach you to be feminine. I had to teach you how to move and operate around me. I want to go in the Bible right quick, because a lot of these sisters keep talking about how femininity and how you move in a relationship with a man is natural. It's a lie. It's a lie. Y'all have to be taught. Watch this. This is Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Because being feminine and being a woman is not natural to y'all. You go back to Adam and Eve. It's not natural. You wanted to call the shots. You wanted to be able to be a God too. We 50-50. We equal. I don't want to listen to you. I'm strong, independent, don't need no man. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but that's the mindset that Eve had. You got to be taught. That's why the older sisters, they supposed to be in a position of teaching the younger sisters, because they get online and say stupid shit like, I'm naturally feminine, but you got to make it come out. Naturally feminine women don't say shit like that. Naturally feminine women don't say stuff like that. It's weird. I would be disgusted if my daughter said that. I would be disgusted. I would be disgusted if my wife said that. I'm like, who you think you is? I want to read that part one more time. I'm going to start at verse 3, then I'm going to jump to verse 4. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness. So these older sisters that's doing things the right way, they supposed to be in a position where they moving in a respectable manner where people will listen to them. Because let's be real, a lot of our elder sisters in society today, they don't move right. So we don't respect what they be saying. Let's be honest. Verse 4, this is the reason why they got to move like that. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands. Because if you ain't got no husband, why would I listen to you teach me about how to love a husband if you ain't got one? I can't respect you telling me how to love a husband if you ain't got one. To love their children. If I watched how you treated your children, how can you teach me how to love my children? If you treated your children like shit, how you gonna teach me how to raise mine? It's not natural. It's not natural. Y'all have to be taught. And in a lot of these situations, when the sisters get into these bags, that's one of the things that they say. I didn't know. I wasn't taught that growing up as a kid. I wasn't taught that. And we supposed to be patient in that situation, right? And I understand it for the most part. But when women get on there talking like this, that's wild. That's wild. I want to get something else right quick. Come on, that's not her duty. That's literally what you was created for. Literally. Watch this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 23. A wicked woman abated the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Because I don't care how you slice it. What was you with a man for that's weak for it, right? So 9 times out of 10, he wasn't weak like that when you met him. 9 times out of 10, because you probably would have ran away, right? Okay, let's read it again. A wicked woman abated the courage. Abate means to get rid of, make it to leave. So a wicked woman removes a man's courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. Have y'all ever heard about how sometimes a woman can break down a man? He started going crazy. Now he weak-minded. We done seen on plenty of occasions throughout history how women have the capability to break a man. We've seen it. A woman that will not comfort her husband. Pay attention. He said, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees, because it's your duty. That's why you was created in the first place. That's why when he said with that situation with Adam, he said it's not good for him to be alone. Why? Because after he get through ruling, being a God, he needs somebody to come home to comfort him, because hey, this shit kind of hard. Life kind of rough. It's kind of weird going out in the world every day and everybody hates you. That's weird. It's uncomfortable to go out in the world, everybody hates you, then you got to come home and deal with a woman that don't like you either. A woman that really wants your position, really want to be you. Instead of just playing her role. Instead of just being who she was created to be. Now I know it's people going to say, well, I don't believe in the Bible. I don't give a damn. Drop dead. It is what it is. Why you listening if you don't believe in the Bible? If you come into this channel, you hearing Bible. It is what it is. You was created to be that. It is what it is. The biology show that that's what you was created to do. You was created to be a helper. You was created to assist somebody. Let's read it again. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. A lot of women don't want to admit that, but a lot of women, the brother was in a great space when he met you. As the bishop like to say, he said they like spiritual vampires. They just drag your spirit through the mud. You ain't even the same damn person. It is what it is, man. Because in that same token, right, these same women that say we supposed to protect them, right? We supposed to provide for them, right? So what the hell is y'all job if it's not your duty to make that man feel some type of way? What is your job? What is your duty? Watch this. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Going back into the Adam and Eve story. He created Eve from Adam. Verse 9, neither was the man created for the woman. I need y'all to pay attention. I need y'all to pay attention, because in most of these scenarios that they be talking from in this frame, they want you to serve them. It is what it is. Women don't like being women because they are the ones that's in the position of being the assistant. Verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman. We was not created for them. We were not created to serve them. But the woman for the man. You was created to do that. You was created to build that man up. If he going through a moment of weakness, it's your job to say, hey, babe, it's going to be all right. I believe in you. You got this. Most of our sisters ain't got that. Our sisters ain't got that. I believe in you. Look how far we done came. Look what you done did so far. Don't let them get to you like that. Our sisters don't talk to their man like that. They don't even think it's their duty. They don't think it's their duty to smile, to be pleasant, to be nice. We wasn't created for them. And as soon as the men understand that, we'll see a lot more changes in the black community. Because I'm gonna just be honest, I blame the men. Because the women walking around acting like this because men let that shit slide. Y'all allow it. Nah. Nah. I'm tired. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm so tired of hearing sisters say they naturally feminine, but it's work required that make them be feminine. If you natural, that means ain't no work involved. It just happens. It's just there. It's just how it is. That's default. That's the default settings. If you got to put some extra work to it, you got to add an extra program to it. That means it's not natural. It didn't come already installed. Women hate being women, man. From the beginning of time, women wanted to be men. That was Eve's problem. She wanted to be a man. She wanted to be like her husband. Her husband was a god. How about you just serve your husband? How about that? How about you just do what you're supposed to do? How about you comfort your husband? How about that? How about you not listen to another man? How about that? But that's not what we get from our sisters. It is what it is. It's even going back into that Tyler Perry clip from the other day. Our sisters, they get into these bags where they moving so masculine, they don't even understand that they not even really women no more. So then when they start explaining what they want from a man, they explaining a damn woman. They want a wife. I really wish y'all brothers would stand up, man, because I'm tired of these conversations. Y'all allow this shit to go on. Let these women stay single. They shouldn't even be in scenarios where they even saying stuff like this. Why are you dealing with a woman that got you feeling like that? You ain't got but one time you got to go because ain't gonna be no one dick in here. My dick bigger than yours and we ain't finna go back and forth like you a man in here. Well, I'll holler at you. Bye. Y'all brothers gotta stop allowing these sisters to move like that, man. Stop it. It is what it is, man. I'd rather be alone. Let's go in the Bible. Let's go in the Bible. Watch this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. I want y'all to really pay attention to what he said, right? He said, I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. Because when you come into a situation where you don't even understand that if somebody got to make you be feminine, that means you're not naturally feminine. That means your heart is snares and nets. You don't even know that you playing mind games with yourself. Solomon said, I'd rather die. He said, I'd rather be dead than to deal with a woman like that. Read it again. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. Because if you move in the way you're supposed to move, you're not going to deal with that. Period, point blank. If you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man, and you know that you're in the right, you're not going to sit there and take that. Ain't no way you finna do that. You have too much pride to let a woman emasculate you and stay there. You wouldn't do it. It say, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, because you're going to leave. As the scriptures say, he said, God will make a way for you to escape. He said, but the sinner shall be taken thereby. If you a simp, if you a ban, a BAN, you're going to sit there and be emasculated. You're going to sit there and get your whole cranium cracked open because you don't want to tell this woman the truth. You don't want to tell it like it is. That's crazy. All right. I don't know, man. I bust out laughing when I first saw this clip, man. I was like, what the fuck? How literally, it literally wasn't even 2 seconds later, she said, I'm naturally feminine, but you got to make it come out. That's insane for that thought process to come out like that fluid, like you didn't just say that was a contradictory statement. Those two things can't live together at the same time. It can't. It is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.